If you search birth control on TikTok or Instagram, you might get a flood of misleading posts. Videos about hormonal birth control aren't new, but the misinformation landscape in post-roe America is uncharted territory.
Physicians that we have spoken to have said that it's really alarming to them that they see women, many women who are actually coming from red states, seeking abortions that they were unable to access at home because they listened to an influencer who said birth control is evil and, could give you all these horrible side effects without necessarily speaking to their medical provider to better understand the context around that.
It's the Wild West when it comes to birth control misinformation on social media. The myths that I've heard about birth control are that birth control will make you infertile, birth control will make you choose the wrong partner, birth control will make you depressed or anxious.
This is Jennifer Lincoln. She's a board-certified OBGYN in Portland and a familiar face on birth control TikTok.
As an OBGYN with a lot of followers on social media, I use my account to educate people and try to correct all the misinformation that's out there or just address what we were never taught in school.
Some say the recent rise in misinformation is because doctors haven't always listened to women's concerns about contraception side effects. Self-proclaimed holistic healers and hormone coaches are tapping into these worries.
A lot of influencers will kind of push this, you should do natural cycles or push this natural holistic way of life, but they don't necessarily lay out for women the fine print, which is that it may not be as effective if they are using this for contraception. It's also important to note that influencers have skin in the game. Some of the influencers we talked to built their I'm getting off of birth control story into platforms in which they sold holistic health classes.
So which methods of birth control are the most effective? Intrauterine devices, or IUDs, rank at the top at 99%. Birth control pills come in at about 91% efficacy with typical use, and natural forms of birth control, like fertility awareness methods, can be 77% effective, also with typical use.
When somebody asks for the best form of birth control, I need to know, what do you mean by best? Do you mean most effective? Do you mean least side effects? What is best for someone may not be best for someone else.
I think what's important to understand about the misinformation in birth control is that it plays on the fears of women, which are to some effect well-founded. There are serious side effects to birth control, but as many physicians will point out, they are very rare. But when you look through TikTok, your algorithm will show you videos again and again and again that can kind of disrupt the odds in your own head.
When you're watching videos, think about, who is this person? What's their motive? What are their credentials? Are they selling me something? Or is this somebody who's sharing a story and still keeping in mind that that person's story may be different from yours?